welcome to Boring History for Sleep. You're safe here. There's no need to stay alert now. Let your thoughts drift, like wind through tall grass. Tonight, we're going to journey back in time. Not to a battlefield, nor a throne room, but to a long, uneven path of dust and stone. A place so vast, it seemed to stretch beyond memory. The kind of place where people built something enormous, and were forgotten in its shadow. This is the story of the Great Wall of China. Not the legend, not the postcard view, but the slow, quiet truth of those who lived and labored along its spine. We'll begin at the bottom, as an ordinary laborer, then follow the story of an emperor obsessed with permanence, wander through buried secrets in painted clay, and finally step into the silk halls of those who never touched a shovel. So now, close your eyes, if you like. Let the slow rhythm of history settle around you, and imagine. Segment 1. Why it sucked to be a Qin Dynasty wall laborer. Imagine waking up to a chill wind whispering through canvas. It is morning, but there's no light yet. The sun hides behind a mountain ridge, and the sky is still gray, heavy with dust. You slept, not in a house, but under a sheet of wool nailed to poles. The edges flutter as the wind tugs gently, like fingers brushing old cloth. Your bedding was straw and old fur. It smells of sweat, of mud, of something sour, but no one complains. You are one of thousands pressed into service for the Empire, sent far from home. You don't get to say no. You are here to build. Your hands are cracked. The joints in your fingers ache before you even move. Beneath your rough robe, there are bruises, but no one checks. They just shout. When it's time to rise, the overseer, his voice is hoarse from dust and yelling. You hear him calling down the road. No urgency, just the sound of routine. Cruel and practiced. Today will be the same as yesterday. And tomorrow, you gather your things. A reed basket, half full of millet dumplings, already stale. A dulled chisel. A pick. Your boots are worn to the sole, but they will do. You join the others. Men with shaved foreheads and tired faces. Some from the north. Some from faraway towns. Few speak the same dialect. No one talks much, anyway. You walk uphill. The incline begins immediately, and so does the burn in your thighs. Stone after stone has to be dragged, stacked, mortared, tamped down. Some days, you carry clay on your back, packed in leather sacks. Other days, you mix lime with sand, stirring it with wooden poles in large, open pits. There's no shade, except in the cracks of unfinished wall. The mortar burns your skin if it leaks through your sleeves. You know not to stop. Stopping means punishment, or worse, being replaced. And yet there is rhythm here. The tapping of hammers, the grinding of wooden carts, the call of birds circling above the cliffside, the scrape of sandals on gravel. Lunch comes late. A bowl of rice porridge when it's available. Some days, dried vegetables. You choose slowly, because that's the only part of the day that feels still. You don't look up often, but if you did, you'd see the wall itself stretching across the ridgeline. A jagged spine of stone, smoke, and human effort. It's never finished. There's always more to build. Sometimes, when the wind changes, you catch the scent of pine from distant trees, or charcoal from the blacksmith's forge. Sometimes, you hear a flute, a fellow worker playing softly at dusk, and, at night, you lie under your blanket again. The sky is clear, but you barely notice the stars. You dream of your village, or your child, or warm soup, but mostly, you dream of being somewhere else. Still, you rise the next day, because the Empire has a long memory, and longer walls, and so you build, and build, and build. As the sun sets on this dusty slope, let us now turn our gaze away from the crowd, and toward a man who ordered the wall to rise, but feared it might not outlast his name. Now, imagine yourself, not in rags, but in robes. The stone dust is gone. Instead, your feet tread polished tiles. The floor of a vast, echoing hall. It is dimly lit, lined with torches that flicker against lacquered pillars. You are in the imperial court of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. He is not here at the moment, but everything, every voice, every motion, every breath, belongs to him. Qin Shi Huang was not born a god. He was born Yingzhang, a boy of 13 when he took the throne of Qin, one of many warring states. But he was restless, and where others ruled, he conquered. By the time he was All of China bowed under his seal. It had never happened before. An emperor, one law, but peace, it seemed, brought him no peace of mind. Imagine him in his study, not grand but austere. He sits with maps, scrolls, messengers, guards, always guards. He's become obsessed with something, not war, not law, but death. The fear of it hangs over him, like fog that never lifts. He has begun searching for a cure. He consults alchemists, charlatans, wandering sages. They offer herbs, talismans, even mercury potions. He drinks them, he believes. He sends fleets of ships eastward toward the mists, in search of mythical islands said to grant immortality. But while he waits for a cure, he builds something else. A tomb. Not just any tomb, a hidden city beneath the earth. A place where he can rule, even after breath leaves his body. Picture the construction. Vast chambers, dug by hand, deeper than memory. Tunnels filled with traps, mercury rivers, bronze birds, and, of course, the army. Thousands of life-sized soldiers, each one different. Different face, expression, posture. Their armor, their hairstyles, their hands, all carved in silence. They were placed in battle formation. Not to fight enemies, but to wait. For him. And still he wasn't satisfied. He ordered roads connected, languages unified, weights standardized, all across the empire. He made things one, but people feared him. His punishments were swift. Books were burned. Scholars